Very warm good afternoon to all. Today we will discuss some tips for young lawyers. And let me tell you, these tips are also useful to me also, being in the profession for 2 decades. Now, the first foremost, I would say time. Time is the essence of any profession. And for that purpose, uh, if you go to the court at 11:10 and your serial number is 1 and the judge sits at 11 o'clock and your matter is called out within first 5 minutes, so you're reaching to court at 11:10 is totally unuseful. You may say that I reach only 10 minutes late, but it does not help you. It may be warrant has issued against your client if you have accused. Possibly another thing, your case is already called out, longer dates is given, the date which is not convenient to you also given sometime. So always remember one thing, that time is the essence of any profession and particularly to lawyers, because the judge sits particularly on at 11 o'clock and he gets up at 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6 o'clock, whatever will the way the court is functioning. So always remember time is the essence. You cannot give that I had a traffic. So, I always tell people, give me something new. The client also comes late to the office and they tell me there was a lot of traffic. See, traffic is a very usual word, regular thing. Give me something new reason to understand that actually you are late. Give me some authentic reason that why you were late. So this kind of comments or the reasons do not help you to reach anywhere. So always remember, you should be on time in the court. And that is the first successful tip for any lawyer and also for any profession. Even if you may go to become a corporate lawyer tomorrow, you may become a legal officer tomorrow. Another important thing is your attire, your dress. Before you speak, you enter somewhere, the first thing the people notice is your attire. Now court is a place where there is no school uniform, but still there is a uniform which says that you should be subdue color. And subdue color actually does not mean that you can wear the light blue color, light cream color to the court. It is allowed, that is in the bar council rules also, but then you should know that your attire should be proper. I will prefer black and white because that is one thing which is appreciated by the judges, also your colleagues, your seniors. And that is the way you differentiate yourself from in the court. If you wear clothes like everybody is wearing, like the client, there is no difference between the client and you. So how do you differentiate? You are a privileged people to become a lawyer, and you are an officer of the court. If you go in the fluorescent color, yellow color, red color, this doesn't go along with you. So always remember, the success also depends on the attire you wear. See, it may be the texture of the or the cloth may be cotton or it may be satin, whatever. But then one thing, it should be clean. I have found sometimes band is also not of a good quality. Forget about the good quality. I would say it is not even clean. There are sometimes tiffin stain, yellow stain of haldi, turmeric, and whatever you're eating on the, see, judge is not here interested in seeing what you ate in the your lunch. So always remember that your band should be clean. It doesn't cost you much, but trust me, it doesn't cost you much, but if you wear a clean band, it does give a good impression to your clients, to your judges, to your colleagues. Always, so always remember the attire should be very clean and preferably black and white if you want to become successful. Another is sitting in the court. If suppose your serial number is 10 and before you there are 9 matters, instead of waiting outside, sit inside. So in that 9 matters, you will be finding 18 lawyers minimum appearing from both the sides, 9 and 9. So what they are speaking, try to hear it, because you may have a one type of case and the other may have a 9 type of case. One is that is possible. So you will have a knowledge what other lawyers are speaking, how they are speaking, what is the temperament of judge, how the judge behaves, what is the question is asking. So always try to sit in the court. If you sit in the court, always remember that you are going to learn a lot more than, because even though you are working with me or some lawyer, he may have a fixed kind of matters. I will not have a different kind of matters, but the court judge have different kind of matters. So always remember, try to learn from the other people's matter. you cannot learn anything. There are more than maybe 3,000 laws in India. It is highly, highly impossible to read all the laws. Now, next is library. I'm now talking about a court library. Once your matter is over, try to sit in the court, and after, if you have time, don't rush to home. If you have time, 15 minutes, try to sit in library. And library fees is not very costly. Even if you are able to use library once in a month also, it's very good. And library does not mean your lawyer's library at your some senior's home, or to go to only some big library. Any court library, even if it's a 10 books, guy to sit. Because in the library, the lawyer seniors discuss a lot of things. What has happened in the court? How is this judge behaves? What is the new law has come? What is the new judgment has been passed? What new law the parliament is enacted? So these are all very important part to always remember. Try to sit in the library. And for that, you need not go library. Sometimes you go to the court and the judge is on leave. So your time is saved. At least wait for 30 minutes in the library if you're going home, because that helps you to learn something. Now, next is sharing of the knowledge. Now, if you know something, it's always better to share. And while doing so, you make your knowledge pakka. The word used is the pakka, because you are revising your own knowledge. And when you're sharing your knowledge with your friends, you are actually helping yourself, and you are becoming a better lawyer day by day. So always remember that, always share the knowledge. Don't, if you know something new, try to teach your colleagues. He may be senior, he may be junior. If you know something, please share your knowledge. Don't keep it to yourself. Because I know some good judgment on this part, on a shared household in domestic violence act. This does not mean I should not share with anybody. I should share. In fact, when I'm sharing it, I'm going to revisit and reaffirm my knowledge. Now, next is cell phone, the biggest problem and the biggest solution provider. Now, cell phone, how to use it? Everybody knows how to use it. Literally, when I read something, I keep my WhatsApp off for 3 hours, because my family, wherever they are, they will call me. A person who is dying will not WhatsApp you. He will call you, your friend. So always remember, it is not a 24 hours you can be on the WhatsApp. Always remember that is not necessary. And see, WhatsApp, mobile, cell phone can be used for better work. It can be used that I am reaching late. You can inform. WhatsApp can be used to convey dates to your client. You don't disturb your clients. Even your clients can write, but I cannot talk on behalf of the client. I can only talk about ourselves. So we can use the WhatsApp. If ever I am not able to come to your place, I will send a message. Just because हाथ में मोबाइल है तो घंटी नहीं बजा देनी है. I see clients reaching court, they will call 3 times, 5 times, 10 times without finding that I'm actually already there in the court. They can always put a message that I'm already in the, even you can write a message to client that I'm sitting in the court premises. People fanatically, like pagalpan se 3, 4, 5, 6 call karte hai. That is not a sign of a good person or good lawyer, because that shows your impatientness. You can always, in the daily life also, if I can just tell that I'm reaching by 1:30, the family will know it. There is no need. There is a family group. I'm reaching by 1:30. There is no need to call all the 3 people in the family. The RIA says I'm reaching by 1:30. The opposite person get the message. So it's so easy. So cell phone can be used properly. If it is I would say this is not a nuisance. It is the most powerful tool. But how do we use it? Is what I can read it. There are sometimes judge does not, my matter is not called out. Judge is also not sitting. I can read one judgment sitting outside the gallery of the court if there is nothing good going inside, which is not interesting me. So cell phone can be powerfully used to enrich your knowledge, to make your life easy, and to others' life also easy. It is not to disturb. Calling fanatically just 3, 4, 7, 8 times, 10 missed calls is of no use. Leave a message. If that person does not give call back, again leave a message or call back if it is urgent. If it is not, if you're not coming to the court tomorrow, just message. That is enough for your seniors. Don't disturb he or she again and again. That is what I can tell all of you. So you all are wise people. You know how to use the cell phone. Next, I will say that the networking type. Now, this is the most easy as well as the most difficult part of networking in the lawyers profession, especially because we are not allowed to advertise. Now, the basic question most of the lawyers ask me, how do we get work? Case कैसे मिलता है? Case ऐसे मिलता है कि you should be available all the time. Here, if you pick up call, if I call you, you call me after 2 hours, I may not bother you, but trust me, if your client calls you and if you don't answer your call for 2 hours, 3 hours, the client is going to call another lawyer and take an appointment. He is not going to wait. Trust me. Today, the world is full of impatient people. So if only your Ram Jetmanani level, you are a very big person, the client will say, no, I want only this lawyer. They will wait for your appointment. But at this stage where you are just at an initial stage and you don't pick up the call of the client just because it's an unknown number, then how you are going to survive? Because all the new clients are going to call you from the unknown number. So you should be at least pick up the call. You can't, I can understand when I say that put off your WhatsApp for some time, but that does not mean that you don't even answer the calls. You have to answer the calls because new client may call you anytime. It may be 24/7. So use the cell phone properly. That is one thing. Another thing, networking, I would say, lawyers giving work to the lawyers. How it is possible? I am the live example. I am the first generation lawyer. Trust me. Lot of lawyers have given me work. Why? I will tell you what I have already discussed. I was on time in the court when I was junior. Though it was at 11 o'clock, I used to reach court 10:15. Secondly, that is 1 hour before the actual court time. Sometimes judges used to notice me. Oh, she has come early. They knew me by my face. Oh, she has come first early. They knew me. So judge also comes early, so he looks at you. Secondly, the staff of the court knows you. They start interacting with you, the staff of the court, and they respect you, they help you. Then also some lawyers come early. They ask you your name. Sometimes they share good knowledge with you. Sometimes they ask you, where do you reside? I have been to Thane court. They will ask me, from where you're coming, madam? I'll say, Andheri. Oh, Andheri, I have a case. Can I do? I had gone to Vasai court and I have been referred Andheri court, Mulund court cases, being in the suburb of this side. Vasai comes under Thane, Palghar, that side. It was previously in Thane, now in Palghar, according to me, the district. So always remember that lawyers may also give a work. Secondly, you have a lot of neighbors, you have a lot of relatives. They should know that it doesn't mean that you are begging. They should know that you are a lawyer. If you don't go and mingle with the people, just sit in your comfort zone, then you are not going to succeed. For that, you need to go outside, out of your comfort zone. You can meet NGOs, you can meet the social workers, you can meet the people around you, you can connect with your school friends who may be interior decorators, who may be doctors, who may have been media persons, who may have gone to the police department, who have become a bankers. If they don't know you are a lawyer, how they are going to refer the work? So networking is not that going and calling out, I am a lawyer, shouting. It is just as simple as that. You go and just pose yourself. See, even if I go to any court, I will be given first, where do you practice, ma'am? Secondly, they'll ask, who is in your family? These two questions are going to be, are you married? Or if they don't see the Mangalsutra, they are going to ask me. This way the conversation starts. And slowly they will ask you, in what matters your mastery? What matters your practice? So see, lawyers are also going to help you. Your friends are going to help you. Your neighbors are going to help you. But then they should know that you're a lawyer. If you wear color clothes and go to court, everybody say you're going to market. But if you wear white chudidar, white Punjabis, white saris, black and white clothes, the watchman of the building also comes to know, madam court में जाती है, हमेशा black and white कपड़े पहनती है. But if you wear the color clothes, madam गई होगी market में, movie गई होगी. So the way you pose, आपका attire speaks before you. तो आपका जो attire uniform है वो proper होना चाहिए. If you go properly, if you go and check, I've seen man coming in check shirt, color shirt to the court, in jeans. Jeans is not formal, understand? How can you be in the jeans in the court? Always remember, I have seen girls also in the courts in jeans. And what is my juniors going to follow me? If I am the generation who does this, if I go on time, my child is also going to follow. Whether she is going to become a lawyer, IPS or IAS officer. So it all depends how you conduct yourself. And one घर में बोलते हैं ना एक आदमी सुधर गया तो सारे सुधर जाते हैं. If you start going to the court on time, your child will also go start going on to school to the time. Your cook, your driver, everything will know she comes on time, and they have to understand. Always remember, always try to be on time. So time is the essence of everything. Then the one more thing I could say, money is so important part of any profession that I need money. Even I need money. But in lawyer's profession, first 5 years totally for learning. If you run after the money, trust me, the client is not going to give you cases because there are so many seniors. Now the field is very saturated. So always remember the first priority is to do work. The money is going to follow you. If you read any big people's autobiography, they will tell you work hard, the money will follow you. First, you have to learn work. In my beginning career of first 5 years, I have not charged consultation charges. Nobody will believe that today the amount I charge for consultation. The reason behind I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn. So it is very important. I wanted to do 5 years juniorship. And after 12 years also, when I went to Delhi, I did Supreme Court juniorship. And I told the senior lady there, she looking at me, she told me, no, I can't give salary. I told her, just teach me. That is more than important. I will pick you your briefs. I will pick you your files. Just allow me to be around you. And that is what enough. And that made me a good lawyer, whatever capacity and potential I have. So always remember that whenever you go to court, the first criteria for success is that you do work, you learn. Learning is very important. Some people say learning and earning both are important, but law is profession called noble profession. You should have a mastery over your subject. People look at you and say, yes, she is the one of the best junior. See, nobody can stop you from becoming the Ram Jetmalji of Andheri Court, where I reside. So do your best. Your English is not good, learn it. If you can't reach on time, that is the easiest thing you can do. And if you can't do that, trust me, the success will go away from you. But if you reach on time, that is the one thing which will take you apart. Amitabh Bachchan is ruling the Bollywood for so many decades, maybe 5 decades, 6 decades today. The reason behind that, he was always on time. I've read his interviews wherein Kaun Banega Crorepati, once he reached 15 minutes late. He said 15 people on the set, sorry, there was one interview. And in all his career also, he may have been late only for few minutes. That's why he is the Shahanshah of the Bollywood. He is ruling the Bollywood even at this age. When he is 7th decade, he is 70 plus, 72, 73. Still he is getting work. Because every बंदे को मालूम है कि ये time पर आने वाला है. So always remember कि if we can learn this one thing from also Amitabh Bachchan, then we know where are we going to be in our retirement. Where are we going to be? Where are we going? तो आपको सुपरस्टार बनना है तो टाइम पे आना है, नहीं तो फिर चलता है तो सब जगह चलता है. ट्रैफिक अमिताभ बच्चन को भी लगता है और हमको भी लगता है. तो डिफरेंस क्या है फिर? वो अमिताभ बच्चन क्यों है और हम लोग क्यों नहीं है? तो दिस इज ऑल, दिस इज वन थिंग यू कैन लर्न. And about the money part, trust me, sometime you have to take up matters because you want to learn. Sometime you can refuse matter because you do not want to. But then in the beginning of the 5 years, you can't choose family matters, labor court matter, criminal, civil. First 5 years, take up whatever matters comes to your way and take up that, and with that matter. If you take a criminal matter, the same client may refer you civil matter. If you take a civil matter, the same client may refer you matrimonial dispute. You never know. Even if one affidavit comes to you, do it with all your goodness, put all your knowledge, wisdom in that, and that will give you good knowledge. So these were some useful tips for the young lawyers here, and as well as to me and all the people who really want to excel in the life. Now we'll go for reading. Reading is by Roshni today, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Roshni, your this is. I can't see you. रोशनी आप दे एक मिनट मैं स्क्रीन शेयर करती हूँ.
Okay, ma'am.
जस्ट अ मिनट. आप स्क्रीन देख पा रही है?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ. Start reading. This is Nallapalli Shivaya was a sub-divisional officer, Guntur. This case of 2007 of Supreme Court on dying declaration. There were more than 60 injuries in this matter and the dying declaration was doubted. तो आप थोड़ा पढ़ लीजिए, then I will be able to pour some light on this.
Yes, ma'am.
Start reading, Roshni.
The court has to consider each case in the circumstances of the case. What value should be given to a dying declaration is left to court, which on assessment of the circumstances and the evidence of the material and record will come to a conclusion about the truth or otherwise of the version, be it written, oral, verbal, or by sign or by gesture. It is also a settled principle of law that dying declaration is a substantive evidence and an order of conviction can be safely recorded on the basis of dying declaration, provided the court is fully satisfied that the dying declaration made by deceased was voluntary and reliable and the author recorded the dying declaration as stated by the deceased. The court laid down the principle that for relying upon the dying declaration, the court must be conscious that the dying declaration was voluntary and further it was recorded correctly and above all the maker was in a fit condition mentally and physically to make such statement. This infirmity renders it unsafe to rely on the dying declaration as a matter of fact. The failure of the prosecution to establish that the deceased before she made the dying declaration was in proper mental condition to make the dying declaration detracts mentally from the reliability of the dying declaration and it would not be safe to rely upon it. That the dying declaration has been recorded by the judicial magistrate by itself is not a proof of truthfulness of the dying declaration, which in order to earn acceptability has still to pass the test of scrutiny of the court. There are certain safeguards which must be observed by a magistrate when request to record a dying declaration. He must record the dying declaration satisfied himself that the declarant is in proper mental state to make the statement. It he must also obtain the opinion of the doctor if one is available about the fitness of patient to make a statement, and the prosecution must prove that opinion at the trial in the matter known to law. We may now refer to the decision upon the strong reliance was placed by the learned counsel for the state in support for the submission that the dying declaration recorded by the magistrate cannot be held by the unreliable merely because the doctor who issued the certificate regarding fitness has not been examined by the prosecution. A three-judge bench of this court in Koli Chunilal Savji and Ars versus State of Gujarat, while referring the judgment, this court in Maniram versus State of MP, in which this court held that when the declarant was in the hospital itself, it was the duty of the person recording the dying declaration to do so in the presence of doctor and after being duly satisfied by the doctor and that the declarant was conscious and in his absence and was in a fit condition to make the declaration, observe that the said requirement are are of merely rule of prudence and the ultimate test of whether the dying declaration can be held to the truthful on and voluntarily given. This court took the view that non-examination of the doctor and the doctor not making the endorsement on the dying declaration itself is not ground to exclude the dying declaration from consideration. This observation is to understood in the factual background and the circumstances in that case in which the magistrate who record the dying declaration in his evidence categorically stated that the doctor introduced the victim, and when she asked the doctor about the condition of victim, the said doctor categorically stated that the victim was in a conscious condition. The doctor made an endorsement on the police yadi indicating that the victim was fully conscious. It was a case where the doctor satisfied about the condition of the victim before the learned magistrate undertook to record the dying declaration. That apart, there were two dying declarations corroborating each other, and there was no inconsistency in those two dying declarations made. In the light of the stated legal principle, we now proceed to discuss the peculiar and striking feature found in the case in hand. There are two dying declarations on record by police officer PW9 in XP10 and another by the magistrate PW7 in XP8. The incidents to attack on the deceased is alleged to have taken place at about 5 p.m. on 5th of January 1998. The first time declaration in XP10 has been recorded at 6 p.m. at casualty Guntur Hospital, Guntur. The victim stated that on 5th of January 1998 in the afternoon, he went to see a cinema in the cinema hall. Gorantila, having witnessed the cinema, came out. Sivaya, the young brother of Ankama, of resided of Koripadu and Rajka by caste, and four other came upon me, and all of them cut my face and hand with the hunting stickles. The remaining 4% cut me with the hunting stickle indiscriminately on the leg and hand. He affixed his right thumb impression on the declaration. There is a certificate at the end of the dying declaration issued by the casualty medical officer to the effect the patient conscious, coherent, fit mind to give statement. In the second dying declaration record, the judicial magistrate of first class PW7 in XP8, the victim stated that he went to the cinema hall at Gorantela in the evening at 5 p.m. with the intention to see cinema. Their Nalapati severe appellant and another 3 persons whom he cannot identify in all 4 in number came and cut him indiscriminately with hunting stickers, and though number of people were present at the place of incident, none came.
What happened?
None will
What happened?
cut his face and hand. Cut his face and hand with hunting stickers, and the another 4 cut his leg and hand with the hunting stickle. The second dying declaration XP8, he indicated the appellant and other 3 persons. He made omnibus allegation
Omnibus.
against the oh yes ma'am, omnibus allegation against the appellant and 3 other persons and not 4 other persons as stated in the first dying declaration. It is strange that the 6:35 p.m. he was able to fix his right thumb impression but could not do so at 7:10 p.m. when it is clear that blood was oozing an account of multiple cut injuries from his both hand and right foot. In the first dying declaration, he allegedly stated that he went to see cinema in the noon and came out the theater around 5 o'clock. But in the second dying declaration, he allegedly stated that he went to see the cinema at around 5 p.m. in the evening, and at that time, he incident had taken place. Thank you.
Thank you, Roshni. Now, this is a very one of the detailed judgment of the Supreme Court, and I would request all of you to read this. The reason behind that, dying declaration is such a wide subject. I have been thinking of taking this on in Saturday lecture, but then I need to have a total, I would say, read complete material literature on the same. But it is true because there are so many changes over the and so many judgments which are different than each other. So I should be able to take out everything. Now here in this dying declaration, at the initial stage for you to know is that magistrate is involved and dying declaration can be more than one. It may be two, it may be three. Even a person dying in my arms can make a dying declaration. If there is an accident case and that person is in front of me, he can always make a dying declaration. Now, always remember, this is very important, that dying declaration is not something that you can ask the person, you're dying, do you wish to make any declaration? No, it's not like that. Whatever is said by him at the last moment also, and thereafter he dies, it will be dying declaration. There are cases where the statement was recorded and the person did not die. Secondly, the doctor's endorsement is very important, but nowhere it is said the doctor's endorsement is very is necessary. In the law does not say that. But if there is a possibility doctor is available, why his endorsement was not taken. I have read this judgment. There is one line in this judgment which I would like to share with all of you. It says उस person के शरीर पे 63 जख्म थे. 63 अगर आपको मतलब वार किए गए हैं, how he is able to say? वो बात कैसे करेगा? अगर हमने काउंट किए 63 इंजुरीज उस आदमी के, he will not be in a position. That was the defense taken by the defense lawyer. So always, it was from the Andhra Pradesh High Court. So always remember, these are the possibilities. So dying declaration is not something so simple. On the basis of single dying declaration also, people have been convicted. So always remember, it is very important that you know the dying declaration is a very important piece of the paper, and once it is proved in the court, because for dying declaration you don't require anybody. For dying declaration you just require that person's dying declaration, it is proved. So because that person is no more, he cannot come to the court. One. Number two, the dying declaration, the value attached to the statement is so, I would say, it's so valuable. The law says that the person who's dying is not going to lie when he's meeting his maker, जो अपने जिसको बनाने वाले ईश्वर से मिलने वाला, अल्लाह से मिलने वाला है, गॉड से मिलने वाला है, तो मरते वक्त उसको झूठ नहीं बोलेगा. तो लॉ की भाषा में उसको बहुत ही महत्व है. So always remember the dying declaration is very important part, and if you're handling a matter, kindly read lot of material stuff on the judgments on the that, because only on the basis of dying declaration a person can be convicted. So it is a very important part of this. We have 4 minutes. So I will won't go for legal vocabulary, though I've taken out a very good Rohinton Nariman's very good article. So we'll do it tomorrow. Today, Anvi can unmute yourself.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, everybody. Ma'am, am I visible?
आज बराबर काम नहीं कर रहा है जो आप बात कीजिए, आप विजिबल तो है. Start reading.
Give me a second.
मेरे को बोल देते 1 सेकंड और है तो मैं और थोड़ा ज्ञान बांट देती.
I'm so sorry. So, good evening.
40 मिनट जूम देता है, उसमें अब लोग 2 मिनट तो आईना देखने में लगा देते हैं.
Good evening, Anita ma'am, and everyone present here. It gives me immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks. On behalf of all the interns, I extend a really hearty vote of thanks to our guru, Anita ma'am, who spared time from her busiest schedule. Today, we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this will surely be going to encourage us in our future events. I need to mention that her ideas and elegance of explanation of everything should get our deepest sense of appreciation. I also extend thanks to all the interns for the enormous cooperation within the whole session. Finally, I personally think that Anita ma'am is our guru. And I would like to say, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guru Ve Namah. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Anvi. Now session is open. Everybody, किसको बात करनी